What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be making a lower radiator bracket, I guess you can say, for the S13. I apologize for not having a video out for a couple days now. My cousin from South Carolina was down. We're just spending a lot of time with her. Like I said in the last video, just kind of prioritizing family for the holidays around this time. But yeah. Now that I have some free time, as you guys can tell, it's really dark. The video quality is probably absolutely terrible, but I'm gonna do what I can for you guys because I know you guys like to see the stuff that I do to the car. So this is exactly what we're doing. The thing that was holding us back from getting the radiator to tilt as far back as we needed to fit the fans was the little nubs on the bottom of the radiator. So I cut it out and I was able to position the radiator exactly where I need to. But now, with those off, there's nowhere to mount the bottom of the radiator and keep it from flopping around. So I came up with a solution, and we are going to be making a bar. I toyed around with a lot of ideas, making something that comes off of this and there, or something that comes off here, and something that came across here, and like a little triangle brace, and then it'll bolt onto there. But we're gonna go with the simplest option of making just a little like U bracket, I guess you can say. We're gonna drill a hole here, put a riv nut here as well on this side, and just have a brace go down, across, and up here, and bolt down to there as well. And we're gonna have two holes drilled into it, and then we're gonna throw a bolt in it right here and right here, because when the radiator's in there, you'll see we have those two mounting holes that we can bolt the radiator down to that little bracket. So we got the distance that we need to go down all measured out, and by measured out I kind of put the pen there and got a guide, so it ended up being more or less that long. So we're just gonna go with it, mark that, bend it at the 90-degree angle so it can bolt onto the frame rail, and then mock it back up, see how long we need it, and then wherever that is, we'll mark it off again, bend it 90 degrees up. It's not going to be the prettiest thing, but you know what? It's going to be the simplest thing to do, and it's going to work very well. So let's go ahead and get to bending. Alright, so we got the first 90 degree all bended up. You can see it's going to bolt onto the frame rail here. We'll do another 90, bolt onto the frame rail there, and then we can bolt it to the radiator. So let's go ahead and mock it up to the car. So you can see from our little hash marks there that that's where those little holes on the radiator itself fall into place. So if we lined it up right there and push it up against the frame rail, it's a pretty good measurement for being pen measurement. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and line that up there. Same with this one, with it all the way up there. Now we got to figure out where we got to mark it right here. That way we can bend it up 90 degrees and bolt it onto here, and then see how much we have to lop off the edge. But for quick test purposes, let's go ahead and just throw this in here real quick, see if it lines up, and have the radiator pulled back to exactly where we need it, more or less around there. And yeah, looks like it's gonna line up for the most part. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. I ran into an issue. Alright, scratch the idea of us making that brace across. We're actually going to do it a lot simpler. And pretty much we have this 90 degree here. And if you look at the bottom of the radiator here, it's actually going to hook onto the bottom just like that. And, sorry, this is a lot harder to do with one hand. Anyway, it's going to hug the bottom of the radiator like that. And then if you look right over here, and if you take a look here, it's gonna, so after it hugs the bottom of the radiator, we're gonna do another 90 up here, and it's gonna bolt right in that bolt hole right there. So pretty much it's just gonna make a little U shape from the forward here, and then right here holding the bottom in place, that way the bottom can't walk that way. Pretty much I decided to it's a lot simpler to do. It'll for sure hold the radiator. And what I ended up coming across was that the bottom of the radiator here if I would have it bolt straight onto here, it was hitting this, the lower port of the radiator, so the hose wouldn't be able to go on. So by doing it like this, we don't have to bolt anything to anything. The bottom will just slip in there like it is from factory, kinda, and step other way. But it's gonna be a lot simpler. It'll be a lot easier to make. So let's go ahead and just get to that and shorten this and bend this. Alright, so we got that hash mark cut out, or marked, that marked right there. So now all we have to do is go ahead and get the angle grinder, cut those out, and we'll start drilling holes wherever we need them. So actually we only have to drill one hole. So yeah, times like this I really wish I still had a bandsaw, or at least a blade for my bandsaw, because the bandsaw would cut through this like butter, cleanly and not loud at all. Angle grinder is gonna be very loud, and neighbors, I'm sorry, but I haven't worked on my car in a long time, and I think it's time that they start hearing that I'm still alive and I'm still gonna be working on cars. So let's go ahead and cut this out real quick. Alright, so we got the bolt taken out of there. We got the hole drilled here. That way the bolt can go straight through and bolt on to there. So let's go ahead and straighten out this radiator here. This is really difficult to do with one hand, but we're going to do what we can. Alright, got the radiator up where it should. Then you got the hook it onto here. And then alright, so you got the radiator here, you put the hook in here, and let's try to align this, because right now it's not really aligned. Scoot it over. Alright, hold on, this is not working. I'm going to set you guys down. Alright, enough struggling. I figured out that it'd be a lot easier just to bolt it on first and then slip the radiator in. But as you can see, it goes from here, bolts onto there, goes straight back, and hoops back up. That way, when we get the radiator in here, all we gotta do is slip her right in, and then it's hooked on here, so it won't go any further back. We gotta tilt this forward, and it's hooked on real nice. And then all we have to do now is make the upper radiator, core support, radiator support, whatever you want to call it, and the radiator is mounted. But one thing I do want to probably add while I'm doing this is I probably want to drill a hole right here and then put a bolt through it, or put a riv nut and a bolt through it, just because this is a little floppy, and by putting one bolt here it'll support it a lot more than what it already is. So I'm going to go ahead and drill a hole through this and send a riv nut through and call it a day. Went ahead and drilled a pilot hole there. As you can see, I got the hole drilled out in the bracket for the riv nut. The riv nut fits perfectly in that hole. And then we're going to go ahead and squish that in there. That way there's a thread. And what we're going to do is, when this bolts onto here, we're going to go here, and then obviously we're going to drill this hole a little bit bigger. And then with the riv nut in the bracket itself, we can go ahead and send this bolt through here and brace or support, give some more support to the bracket, I guess. And I know I've showed you guys how to use riv nuts before in the video of me doing the delete plates for the quarter panel area. So I'm just going to go ahead and time lapse through this and get it done with. There you go. You can see the riv nuts all in there, and it's all nice and smooth. So let's go ahead and bolt this onto the car and flip the radiator on and see how it fits. Of course, I forgot to drill that little hole out, so let me go ahead and drill that out real quick and we'll put the bracket back on. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Just a quick little video of me making a lower radiator bracket. Or should I say a custom lower radiator bracket. Yeah, I know this video is probably going to end up being short. Video quality is probably not going to be there because it is very dark out. But you know what? We got to do what we got to do with the time change and everything, and us having no daylight. I realized that I was wasting my time not doing anything just because it's dark. I might as well bring out the flashlight and get to work, because you know what? At the end of the day, like I said, we got to do what you got to do. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. See my little simple yet very effective solution for a lower radiator support bracket. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, click that notification button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.